Time in YouTube, and welcome back to No EXs. Today I am bringing you our first deck featuring BREAKpoint. That's right, I'm a little behind, I'll admit, with bringing these decks to you guys. Now, that may be due to the PBL League kind of going on right now on the side, and we did get through the Themed at Corner episodes last week, but I'll admit I'm a little behind. So we're going to take our first look into BREAKpoint with Raticate. Raticate Break is an interesting concept. Before I can really go over the break though, I do have to go over the normal. Raticate is a stage 1, 70 HP colorless Pokemon. His ability is antibodies, so he can't be affected by any special conditions, which I guess makes up for his low HP. This way he can't be poisoned, can't be paralyzed, there's a lot of nice things about that. He has Dirty Shock as well for 1 colorless energy. Your opponent's active Pokemon is not poisoned, which works perfectly well with his break attack. The additional thing to Dirty Shock though is we get to discard any Pokemon tools attached to that Pokemon. So if they've got Spirit Links, if we're dealing with an Entei with 2 items on it, we can remove all of that with Raticate, which is nice. Now, Raticate Break here, he's a monster. For only 2 colorless energy, we can Super Fang. Super Fang will drop our opponent's HP down to 10. With the poison, that's a knockout on anything. On anything. You got you have a Yveltal EX there sitting with 170 HP. Bam! Now you got 10. Oh, it's your turn and you're poisoned, so that's a knockout. The only thing that hurts Raticate though is its abysmal HP. Even at a break level, he's only got 110. Now I'll bite, that is amazing for Raticate. But I can't tell you how many times these guys get knocked out. They only have 30 HP. I'll admit that's the same as Joltik, but when we're actually trying to evolve and we don't have that time to set up, 30 HP is not a lot. Now, I'm not looking to actually use Dirty Shock as our means to get poison, because that would take way too long. I'll admit that would take way too long. We're going to use his abilities of the antibodies to our advantage with Ariados. Poisonous Nest poisons all active Pokemon. Now, as long as they are not grass types. So Ariados couldn't be affected by it, and if we're going up against a Sceptile EX deck, well, we're in a bit of trouble there. That's when we'd have to use Dirty Shock. But for the most part though, we want to use Ariados, we want to make sure that everybody's poisoned. Raticate doesn't get affected because of the antibodies, so it's a win-win for us. Our other Pokemon in the deck is Octillery, and this is our our draw engine, sorry. All we're using him for is Abyssal Hand, and once during our turn, you may draw cards until you have 5 cards in hand. Wow, can't go video without yawning. So that's our premise of the Pokemon, and I'll admit, everything's kind of weak, but it does work. We hope. To start us off though, for the items, we are going to have an Enhanced Hammer. I like to slow down my opponent a little bit, and Enhanced Hammer is going to do that for us. Get rid of those special energies, whether it be a double colorless, a double dragon, it just gives us that extra turn to set up. Level Ball is the ball of choice for this deck, as the majority of the deck is under 90 HP, barring the break card. Super Rod is here because accidents are going to happen. We are playing with little rats after all, so we might have to fish them back. Town Map is here because we do want to be speedy. If I'm planning to set up for the rest of the game, I need to know what's in my prize counter, because I actually need to pull from them, and in a proper manner. Proper manner. We have 4 Ultra Balls because, let's be honest here, I need draw. This entire deck is all about getting the cards out quickly. If we can't knock out my opponent in the first couple turns, they're going to set up and destroy us. So to have 4 Level Ball and 4 Ultra Ball, I found it kind of necessary. I have 4 VS Seeker. I usually run 4 VS Seeker. You could run less if you want for other tools in the deck, but that is your choice. Now, The primary supporter in this deck is Bridget. I ran one of them when I first started deck building, and it wasn't enough. I need to get the 3 main Pokemon, Remoraid, Spinarak, Rattata, out as fast as I can so I can set up. She's going to help us do that. We have one judge, because there are a couple decks out there that base themselves around their hand. Knocked out. We have 2 Lysanders here because we do want to remove as many big threats as we can immediately. Putting our opponent on the down low is important. We're running 3 Birches because I want to make sure I can get new hand sizes every turn. So between Birch, Octillery, and Sycamore, I want to make sure I can get as many cards out of my deck as quickly as I can. We are running 1 Skyla to help us get those Ultra Balls or those Level Balls, even the Super Rod, depending on what's going on. I have 1 Wally here just because evolutions are so clutch in this game. So getting that first turn Raticate or that first turn Ariados can help us out quite a bit. Training Center I thought was a decent idea as it gets our Pokemon, our stage 1s and 2s 30 more HP. So that means Raticate Break will have a decent 140 HP. It's still knockoutable, but it's better than 110, and it also gives Ariados and Octillery a bit of a boost. Now here's something new. Bursting Balloon. If you want to hit me, you're going to have to take 60 damage for it. Bursting Balloon can come in handy if I have a Rattata up in the front and I don't want it knocked out. Your opponent then gets the choice of taking 60 or knocking out Rattata. It's a win-win for us at the end of the day because we're still going to get damage off. Or we're going to get our turn. I like it. We are running Float Stones for Octillery primarily, but it's also for Ariados. If Ariados does get out there, we do have that 1 retreat. I'd rather not waste an energy card on it if I don't have to. Energy-wise, I'm running 4 double colorless energy because it only takes a DCE to set up Raticate Break. And I am running 4 grass energy. And this is primarily for if Ariados does get in the front, I do have a way to use it. And I don't want to get walled by like Aegislash EX or something like that. It's not common as much anymore, but I still want to be prepared just in case. So now that you've seen the deck and what it does, you're probably interested to see how well and how fast this thing can set up. Well, there's only a way to do that, and that's through playing a game on Pokemon TCG Online. Our first opponent of today is going to be Chromatography. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we are winning this coin flip. So would we like to go first? Yeah, let's go first. What are we going to see? I have no basics, so that's gonna... Oh, he has no basics either. Ooh. Ew. I don't like Garbodor. That's gonna shut off our antibodies. That is a big target. Again, I have no basics. No basics. He has one though, so he still will get the 1 mulligan. Unfortunately, we did not get that luck. We have a Spinarak lead. Spinarak lead. I can level ball for a Remoraid though, and then Skyla for some other stuff. I have no benched, of course not. And we are going to see what our opponent has as a starting line. We see a Trubbish and a Zubat. So we're playing Crobat. It's Crobats, Gengar, and Trubbish. Alright. I'm not too threatened by the Zubat, so I should get the Remoraid. I'll probably Birch instead of Skyla, save the Skyla for a bit later. Alright, Birch. How are you liking this game? You want to give us some cards? Yes, you do! Alright. So we have the Ariados for the following turn. Super Rod's not going to do as much right now. And I can attach a double colorless energy to Rattata. And that's about it. That's about it. Turn 1's done. Alright, so let's see. Our opponent's most likely going to try and set up Garbodor. Ooh, Gengar EX. Level Ball, most likely going for Ghastly. That's what I can think of. Or Golbat for the following turn. Golbat for the following turn, but he's not going to get it because I got a Judge. There's an energy drop onto the Gengar, which is kind of scary. And we are going to see the Skyla wanted to come back. We will play Ariados. We'll hold off on the poison for now. I don't need to energy drop. We can go for the energy drop on the Ariados. I'm already set up with Rattata. Let's go for a Judge. Get rid of that Golbat. I don't want to see it in his hand. And we do get an Octillery, which is actually amazing right now. I'm going to evolve into Octillery over here. I'm going to Ultra Ball away the Ariados and the VS Seeker. Sorry, VS Seeker, but I need Raticate better. More likely right now. We are going to attach him up here. Gonna go for that Abyssal Hand, get us 5 more cards. And I have Raticate break for the following turn. That is actually amazing. So I am going to poison the Zubat. Even if he wants to switch out on the following turn, that's alright by me. But as for that, we are going to end this turn. Our opponent's probably thinking we didn't get what we wanted, but in fact we got everything we needed, including the Gengar. The Lysander is going to help us knock out this Gengar really quickly. And I have a VS Seeker for the following turn to get rid of the Trubbish, because I do not want Garbodor showing up. There's another Zubat. A Tyranno is going to help him draw 3 more cards, 3 more utility cards maybe? Who knows? There's another energy drop onto the Gengar, so he still cannot retreat unless he switches out. There's a Float Stone onto the Trubbish. So now if he evolves, there's the evolution into the Golbat. That's going to be 20 points to who? Who you want to knock out? It's 20 damage to Octillery. And I don't think I want this. You can only put 3 damage counters so far. You're not attacking. Interesting. Well, I can do this. Break Evolve. I can retreat in Raticate Break. And we are going to Lysander out the Gengar. It's the only immediate threat. I'm going to go for the Poisonous Nest to poison said Gengar. I don't need to Ultra Ball for anything, so we will go for an... I should energy drop on the Ariados, just in case. Abyssal Hand, get us 2 cards. That's going to be a Flowstone and a Bridget. Bridget's a little late to the party, but that's alright. Gengar is poisoned, and we are going to go for the Super Fang to knock out this Gengar. That's 160 damage, plus 10 for his turn. That's a knockout. So that is 2 prizes, a Raticate, and a Grass Energy. So who is he going to set up? The Golbat's coming in. He should be able to go for the Crobat if he gets one. But my next threat is going to be the Garbodor. So Skyla, we see you. You're here. Gonna go for that Ultra Ball. Could be going for an Ultra Ball. Could be going for... Yep, there's the Ultra Ball. As expected. This should give him the Garbodor. Now, it will shut off his Golbat line. That's an issue with Garbodor. The Ultra Ball's coming through. We see a Trubbish and a VS Seeker hit the discard. He gets the Garbodor. That's alright. I'm just gonna bring you out to next turn. Because I do believe Antibodies removes it the minute Garbodor goes down. You are most likely passing the turn as you have no energy drops. There's the switch, which is fine, but I will take out your Garbodor. So, Lysander, I won't take it out. Lysander at the Garbodor. I'm gonna go for a Dirty Shock. Dirty Shock removes the Float Stone and poisons you. I couldn't poison you with the Ariados, but I can poison you with Raticate, which came in clutch. I didn't need any other cards, guys. Not that I didn't look at my hand, but the Garbodor is the immediate threat. It shuts off Abyssal Hand, it shuts off Poisonous Nest, Raticate Break. You are amazing as you actually have the answer to that. There is an energy drop onto the Garbodor. There's a Zubat. He has no more cards in hand. Does this let you get a free escape? Nope, you still... Yeah, but you can retreat now. That is alright, but you are going to be my target on the next game. Let's go. Via Seeker, Lysander. Lysander at this... There we go! Game 1 is ours, guys! Game 1 is ours. Raticate put on the pressure right away and did exactly what we needed to do, even against a mon like Garbodor who shuts off all our abilities. So that was actually a very neat little game. But of course, on this set we have 2 games, so let's get into our game number 2. Our next game is against Upskador, playing fairies. So they might be a little slower than us. Could be. I don't know. We are going to see that we win this coin flip as well, which is actually really nice because I do want to go first. Hopefully we can get that Bridget off turn 1. No Bridgets. We start with a Remoraid, which is alright. Don't have to search for Remoraid too quickly. I'll be able to Burst Balloon on the Remoraid. Yep, I'm alright to go. Thank you for asking. And we see a Xerneas in the front. We do get the Rattata, which is nice. We will... I don't need to Bursting Balloon just yet. I might actually be able to sack it off the following turn. But I think I'm going to Level Ball for Spinarak. Try and get some cards out of here. Here's our Spinarak, and I'm going to attach... Attach it to Rattata. And I think I'm going to call that turn. So next turn, I should be able to dwindle my hand down to pretty much nothing. Get the Octillery out. There's a Xerneas EX, guys. This is like a Xerneas only deck right now. Geomancy is going to come into play. That's why I wasn't too worried about using the Bursting Balloon. There is an energy drop for Xerneas EX and an energy drop for the other Xerneas. Alright, so Ariados I don't have to actually search for anymore. Here he is, up in the front. We are going to go for the Training Center. I'm going to Ultra Ball, the Bursting Balloon, and the Ultra Ball away to get our fellow Octillery. I can see that both of them are in the deck. And we are simply going to evolve. We are going to go for that Abyssal Hand, maybe hoping to get a Float Stone to get him out of here. We have a Wally, which... Level Ball? Raticate. Can I Break Evolve with a Wally? I should be able to. Yep, Wally still works. Let's Wally get into that break form that I love so much. Now, I have no way of actually getting out of this position right now. So, I don't really want to... Sorry, guys. I'm alright. I'm going to hold off this turn. I'll be able to Abyssal Hand, hopefully getting something better on the next turn. I'm going to probably Ultra Ball and start getting ready for another Raticate break in case something does happen to this one. But that is a turn 2 Raticate break. I am fully set up, I just have the wrong lead in front. Now you gotta remember, he does have 120 HP, so this guy over here, he just will knock out Raticate break in one shot. Now what have I discarded? Not too much in the supporter ways. These Xerneases are a little intimidating, as I do know that they can do a ton of damage, and early on. We see that they've got 3 energy drops already. Albeit, I'm hurting because I don't have the energy drops on both Artillery and Raticate right now. We are seeing an Ultra Ball. So what are we going to see? What did you discard? A VS Seeker and a Sycamore. So you didn't want a Sycamore. You probably have a better supporter in hand. There's a Spritzy. Now, if I could Lysander, that would be the immediate target. Get rid of his ability to energy switch. There's the Geomancy, though. Energy onto Xerneas EX, and an energy onto the fellow Xerneas. We have our Grass Energy, which I will put onto Raticate Break, so now I can use my Super Fang, all that kind of stuff. I don't need Super Rod, sadly. We can just Ultra Ball away, get another Rattata, get him onto the bench. Let's see if Abyssal Hand can get us a Float Stone, because that's really what we need right now. Nope. No Float Stone. And at the rate I'm going, the Sycamore seems like a better idea. I want 7 cards guaranteed. No Float Stones. Can't get out of this mess. Can't get out of this mess. Alright. I'll touch a Bursting Balloon just to kind of clear it out of my hand a bit. I'm going to put this guy on a timer. I should have probably done this before, but I am going to put our 2 little mons onto a timer temporarily, and we're going to end the turn. So he's going to take 10, I'm going to take 10. He is now actually ready to go for knockouts, which is scary. But if I can get Raticate Break in there, he's going for another Geomancy. Now, if I can get that Float Stone, that would be amazing right now, because I can knock out the Xerneas EX. What do we get? We get a Grass Energy. Not something I really need. And I don't want a Sycamore because I really want to get rid of that Xerneas EX this turn. What do we have in the discard? We just have a Wally. I have a Birch and a Sycamore there too. I wanted the Lysander. I have too many cards in my hand, 15 seconds remaining. That's actually really neat. I don't want to lose these supporters, so let's get our Birch. Let us just go for that Observations. I need a Float Stone to get out of here. Or Double Colorless Energy works. Double Colorless Energy does work. I can safely retreat now into my Raticate Break, but I'm going to hold off attacking. He can't retreat unless... If he gets Aromatisse, he can retreat. See, I'm in a bit of a pickle just because of the deck not wanting to do its job. Okay. I have an opportunity to take a knockout and then get KO'd following turn. Let's go for a Abyssal Hand. Get 2 cards. Level Ball. Well, I can start setting up Raticate. If I can get a Raticate break from the prizes, that'll benefit us quite a bit, because then I can go for the Xerneas EX and not be too threatened. I have the Ultra Ball. Okay, let's go for a knockout. My play is to go for the knockout, which will put him down to 130. That'll take out the Xerneas. He is 100% set up though. That's a judge. Not really what I'm after, but here comes the EX. This guy's gonna hurt. This guy's gonna hurt. I need 2 cards this turn. I need double colorless energy, which I think we've discarded 2. 2 of them are gone. So I have 2 more still in the deck. This is an intense game, guys. I get 30 HP, so he does have to go for an X-Blast, which he doesn't actually have enough energy for. So he can only break through, which will do 60 to 1. There's an Ultra Ball. So he's going for that Aromatisse. There it is, so he will have enough energy to knock me out this turn. So there's going to be that 1 extra energy onto the Xerneas EX, but if I can get the 1 card I do need at the moment, we should be alright. I'm not too threatened, because this is actually going to take our... this is going to take our opponent into needing another energy for his other attacker. So Raticate's going to come in. I get a Bridget, which I don't really need right now. That's the second time you've come late to the party. I am going to Ultra Ball away the Bridget and the Judge. We're going to get ourselves a Raticate break. Thank you. Now, I do plan to Sycamore my hand away and get 2 double colorless... I'm hoping to get a double colorless energy here. I got it. Perfect. There's our double colorless energy. It's easy to set this guy up, and now I just need to go for the Poisonous Nest, which will poison our fellow Xerneas EX, and we're going to go for a knockout. There we go. All that setup, all that time, and he is now knocked out. No problem. And now all he has is a Xerneas in the back, which cannot knock us out. There's the other double colorless energy we're looking for. So that's nice. I can probably bridge it for another couple of Rattatas. But our opponent is on the bench right now, because he's only got 2 cards in hand. He doesn't have a setup Xerneas. Now, if he did draw an energy, that is tough luck for us, but he still will not knock us out. Acrobite. He's going to have to discard another card. Raticate, that training center is going to come in clutch a little bit, as he was forced to X-Blast last turn. Alright, so we see a Fairy Garden disappear. What's the other card that you got? Or are you just going to Geomancy? Lysander is coming into play, guys. He's going to bring in Octillery. Professor's Letter, he is going to get rid of my Octillery. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Not that I need it at this point. Alright, are you Geomancing? Or are you Rainbow Spearing? You're going for the Rainbow Spear, hoping to gain a additional prize out of me. But you had to discard an energy, and I'm going to discard your Xerneas. Your play should have been to remove the Ariados, which I now have a second Spinnerack. We're going to get Remoraid up. I'm going to get Town Map going. Now I know exactly what's still in here. Enhanced Hammer, which won't be necessary. Kind of glad it was prized. The, I'm going to go for that Poisonous Nest. I apologize I'm a little slower today, but I'm trying to take my time, go through every move with you guys clearly, and I'm trying not to make as many mistakes. So, Xerneas is poisoned. I do not see an immediate threat, so I am going to go for a Super Fang. As this does remove Xerneas from the field, that's another 2 energies in his discard, and that should be the game for us. I'm going to grab the Professor Birch, as I don't need the training center. Now this guy does have 120 HP now, but again with Super Fang and the combination... Oh, a Lugia EX. That's something I wasn't expecting. Sycamore. This game's not over, guys. Because he knows if he knocks out my Raticate, I'm in a bit of trouble. There's the Fairy Garden, so he has free retreat now as long as they have a Fairy Energy? Yes. But why would you do that? Why would you retreat and give me the game? That would be silly. Exactly. You're gonna go into your little spritzy here. I need a Lysander. Need a Lysander. How many have I gotten rid of? One. Just one. So the full art variant is still in the deck. I could get a VS Seeker though, and that would help me out here too. I think that's only been 1, 2, 3. No, all VS Seekers are gone. I got the Lysander! Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. That's that is going to be game. You should not have put the Lugia out on the field. Because now Lugia is going to get poisoned. And Raticate here taking out a Lugia. Raticate taking out a Lugia EX. Good game to upsell scatter, or however you pronounce that. But that is going to give us the game. 2 victories, Raticate break, you are a monster, a little squishy, but you are a beast of an opponent. Very quick to set up. I think the only issues we had really was the fact that I couldn't pull a Floatstone for Octillery, and that's what gave our opponent so much time to set up in that game. But at the end of the day, we came on top. Raticate showed that he has potential to be a monster in this metagame right now. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely leave comments, maybe some suggestions. You know, sometimes your opinions will alter what I do in the future for decks. But until next time, guys, time out.